Yo, what is going on, everyone? It is Memory here. We are back for some more Mushoku Tensei, this being episode 16. As we saw in the previous episode, we're moving on from the Beast Village. Of course, I think they said we're heading to a place called Millis, which Geese is going to be joining along with the crew, which I think is pretty cool. Like, we saw him come in, chase after them at the end of the previous episode. So that should be fun to have him with the group. I'm really curious to see what we're going to have with this new location that we're going to, though. Also, I have to say that the title of this episode stands out to me. It's called Family Squabble, because I think the last time we had was like the family emergency episode or whatever, right? And we know what happened in that. That was like the beginning of the first core, but still, this makes me think of that. What maybe are we going to see in this episode? Now, maybe it doesn't have to do with Rudy's family. It could be with another family, but I mean, the family emergency episode, that was obviously focusing on Rudy, Paul, and the family, so we'll see. We'll see what we have with this episode. I'm excited, as always, to get into it. So, yeah, we're going to hop into this one in 3, 2, 1, go. I'm always so excited to just see new places, new locations in this series, because they just always do such a good job at showing it off, you know? So I'm sure where we're going next will not be an exception to that. Look how that's kind of split right there. That's interesting. Here's our squad for now. I don't know how long Geese is going to even stay around, but of course we got the trio there. The backgrounds, artwork, I'm just always on point. So this has to be obviously in between where we were and where we're heading. Yeah, like, look, dude. It just never disappoints. Never fails. See what I mean? Like, look at this. This just looks so cool to me. Millie Shion. Eris with a whole piece of chicken in her mouth. This is it? This is it, Geese? Don't get it twisted. You'll still be seeing me. Learn to cook. I wonder why. Yeah, look, yeah. Oh, Rudy knows. What are you trying? Look how she looking at him too. She trying to be a wife. I guess that's it. I was like, how long is Geese gonna stay around? I don't even know, but there he goes. Visit the Adventurers Guild. That's just kind of random, wasn't it? Even Rudy was like, oh, okay, right? I don't even recognize this song right off the bat. I think this is a new song. Yeah, this is already just so fascinating to me, that where we're at here. Especially how the water is like around the whole like mid part. I think that's just so cool. Dude, like, look at this. So it's the country of Millis, but this is the capital. Okay, I see. I thought the place well, I guess technically we're still in Millis, the country. Man, they got like a royal palace here, kingdom, something. This song just gives like the exact vibe I'm feeling about where we're at here. Like, it's just like a majestic sort of feeling. Yeah, this song is definitely new. We haven't heard this one. Yeah, this might, I mean, I was saying it with the Beast Village. I was like, okay, with the treetops and all, I was like, that was one of my favorite places that we saw so far. But then, like, we go here, it's like, this place looks so cool too. It never fails, like I said before. It really just like, okay. It's been a year and a half. We are back in human territory. Okay. Which they've already shown potentially when we get back home, Is not things will be a lot different potentially. Jobs and Millis pay well, okay. Let's hear it. Let's hear it, Rudy. Okay. Soul brother. Mass produce the Ruinjude figures. There has been a lot happening. I'm surprised though he hasn't tried to get in touch, or I know it's probably hard, obviously, with the circumstances, but to at least try to reach out to the family or write or whatever. In what, a year and a half, they said? Oh my god, freaking the goblins. Come on. Getting flashbacks to Goblin Slayer and Overlord. The goblins in some of the goblins in Overlord actually weren't that bad. Like, there were some cool goblins, but in Goblin Slayer, nah. Hmm. Like, what's been happening with Paul? Like, in comparison, like, we've saw, obviously, from Rudy's POV, what he's been going through, like, how hectic it's been. What the heck was that? Kidnapping. I'm thinking in parallel, like, what has Paul been doing? And we know some of the others are still missing and whatnot, obviously. Absolutely never. Because I think the last thing we had with Paul, right, was the letter, I think, at the end. Well, if you don't want to count his former party mates or whatever, because they have brought up Paul. But the last thing we had, I think, was the end of Core 1, the letter. Or the poster he had, right? With Rudy probably shouldn't be getting involved with this, but the dead end rules. Man, look at this. They're feeding him. Oh my gosh. I was like, wait, what is this? Why is he going into such detail or thinking about it like this? Of course, it's some freaking patties. He got he got found out over some patties. Oh, only Rudy. Is this Shimonetta? Is it Oh, I'm dead. Sunrise attack. Oh, who we got here? Hello? Hello? Those are mine. Dude. Okay, I gotta admit, this is kind of funny. It's Rudy beating Rudy, but this is kind of funny. I gotta say, bro. Right, left, right, left. Yeah, she is stacking though. I'm surprised they haven't slipped off yet. That he hasn't got a peak yet either. To be honest, well, how's she moving around like this? This guy stumbling. You see him? They got him all blacked out too. Whoever this is down. Wait. Family squabble. Is this Paul? I think it's Paul. It has to be Paul. The way they're blacking him all out and what? Yeah, I think it is. But dude, he looks like he's down bad. This jackass fights like he does. Look how he's running towards him. Yeah, this is Paul. What the? Yo, you seen how much your son has improved right here, probably with this. Dude, the whole time he's had the sword in his mouth like that. Oh, I didn't even notice. And now he can see you clear as day. Although it was pretty apparent before, but Rudy. I figured it was Paul, especially with the title of the episode and with how they had him all blacked out. I mean, look at Paul though, bro. He looks like he is miserable. Well, like he's maybe been struggling. I mean, look, he's damn. I do not think we expected things to really go down like this. This is about to be something then. But things are probably not, from the look of it, things have probably not been going too well for Paul. One thing's for sure, he takes after his dad. Like, pay attention to your dad. Your dad's right here, bro. I know he's a scumbag, but well, from certain things that we've saw of him, but like, this is your dad, bro. Look at him, talk to him. Is that what the at the end of the first core, right? So he didn't see it, but we, the audience, did, of course. Well, we heard it and saw it. Does Paul look like pissed? Because this is what he's talking about, apparently, to him right now. I'll leave out the man god. Yo, Paul is like pissed. Is it because he hasn't like tried to reach out? Like I was talking about before, like he hasn't tried to reach out to the family. I'm surprised he hasn't tried before, or he's not talking about the family. Been goofing off. I mean, it has been hard. It has been hectic. What I'm getting from this is maybe Paul has had it a lot tougher. I mean, look at the shape he's in. That's a good question, but was it with Ruijerd? Trying to clear up that whole thing with Ruijerd in the suburbs? Maybe? Focus on getting Eris back home. Your family. That's probably all Paul's been worried about. But you also got to understand from Rudy's POV, especially with his past life and the whole, how his family was to him. I mean, it kind of makes sense why he wasn't really thinking of them like that, maybe. Damn. Back off. This is father and son. Ooh. Because he's been probably looking for them. He's probably been going crazy looking for them. Oh my God. Jeez. My God, bro. What is happening? This is crazy. Isn't this kind of good, though, that